Hello everyone, it's Mr. Fuller again with another math lesson. Today's lesson is going to be on multiplying proper fractions. So we're going to get into it right away here. Let's look at some examples. So the first example here we have solve in lowest terms like always. We have 5/6 times 1/2. So very concretely this is pretty easy to think about. So all we're going to do is if we have 5/6 times by 1/2, we just times the top number by the top number and the bottom number by the bottom number to get our answer as 5 times 1 is 5, 6 times 2 is 12, and that's our answer. If we needed to put it in lowest terms, we would have done it. In this case, 5/12 is the lowest terms we can do. That's kind of the more concretely based way we can do it. We can also do it pictorially. So let's try that here. I'll draw it in black here. So the first what we want to think about is we can think about the two different fractions here. The first fraction is 5/6. So we'll draw a nice big box again, break it off into 6 even squares or rectangles, and then we can color in 5 of them because we got 5 out of 6 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, perfect. The next thing what we want to do is when we're multiplying, we can take the row side of it. So if we look at these in columns, row side of it, and break it into 2 because we're looking at 1/2, or it's in 2 different parts on that second side. So if we do that, we go like this, and we have 1/2. So we're actually going to color in 1/2 sides. So as you can see, kind of just overlapping 2 diagrams. So what our answer is actually going to be if we do this with a diagram is we just can count up the squares that have both green and blue in the squares. So in this case, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares with both, and 12 squares total. So as you can see, our answers match up. Okay, let's try another example here. I think the next example is a word problem. So let's try this. We'll try it pictorially first, just so we get a better example. So James spends 1/3 of his day at work. He spends 3/4 of his time at work working productively. What fraction of the day is James working productively at work? So to do this, we're going to split in. Let's split up our day into 1/3 here already. So we go like this, make our nice pictorial graph here. So now our whole day is split up into thirds. So this is the time that James spends his day at work. So 3/4 of his time at work he spends productively. So we need to break up his day into 3/4. So we're just going to drag these all across because it doesn't make a difference. We're only going to look at his day at work. So now his day at work is broken into four different categories here, and 3/4 of them he spends productively. So as you can see again, we have 1 square with both, 2 square with both, 3 square with both. So we have 3 times 4 gives us 12 boxes total. 3 out of 12 of the day he's going to be, or 3/12 of the day he's going to be working productively. But as we can notice, there is common factors in between these two numbers, so we can still divide by 3 on both sides to bring into lowest terms to get an answer of 1/4. So 1/4 of his day he's going to be working productively. So if we want to do this on the more concrete base, we can go and try that as well. So James spends 1/3 of his day. The same question here. So 1/3 of his day times 3/4 of it productively. We have 1 times 3, and that gives us 3. And we also have 3 times 4, and that gives us 12. So you can see it gives us the same answer. We can still bring it down with our common factors, divided by 3 on top and bottom, and that gives us a total answer of 1 out of 4. A little extra on the side there, if we wanted to find out how many hours of that day he is working, we want 1/4 of the day he's working productively. We know that there's 24 hours in a day times by 1/4 of the day. We get from our previous lesson that we know that this is 24 over 4, and if we reduce this divided by 4, we get 6 over 1, which is just 6 hours. So he works productively 6 hours a day. So hopefully this helps you in multiplying proper fractions. Again, there's more problems on my website if you'd like to check that out. It's www.mrjfuller.com. Thanks for watching, and hopefully this really helped out.